Hello and welcome to this video. This is our year 2000 ML320 Mercedes we bought used, and it's had a few issues we're trying to fix. One of them is the fuel flap system, and apparently the fuel flap motor drive had stuck at one time, so somebody forced the flap open, and when they did, they broke the little rivets that hold the inner door to the outer door. They look like this. They're part number 124 990 0892. And I'll tell you, these are a long lead time item, so if you think you need to replace them, you better order them from the dealer early. I'm also going to replace the drive motor. I got this one actually from Dorman. Usually I get all my parts from Mercedes-Benz of Gilbert, but in this case, because so many things are on back order, probably due to the hurricanes, I don't know, I decided just to buy it on Amazon. It was pretty inexpensive. And the way this actuator works, it's got a motor in there, and it goes like that, and this little piece fits on here, and it closes the flap so that somebody can't open it from the outside. And then when you open the door locks, this comes back in, and you should be able to have access to the fuel flap. And by the way, if you ever have a problem where you can't get to the fuel flap, you can take out the first aid kit and get to this bellows here through the side. And there's also a cover. I'll show you a view of that here in a second. And you can get to this and pull it up manually if you ever have to. You don't have to tear the door off. And all it is inside of this box is a motor to drive some gears, a gear, and a little lead screw type deal. And that's really all there is to it. And it's pretty reliable. I don't know why they break sometimes, but probably after 17 years, that's okay. So I'll show you a view of the other panel you can pull off to get access to this flap, and then we're going to go ahead and work on the door. So you can see here in the picture that I've taken the medical kit out, and if you get to the bottom left of that, you can get to this fuel door actuator. But there's actually a flap to the left of that, a plastic flap that you can open up that they make so you can get into it. And neither one of them is really in the perfect spot, to be honest. And the idea is that if you have the key to the vehicle and you can unlock it, and just because the fuel door is stuck, you should be able to get to it from the outside. And another thing I wanted to mention real quick is if you're trying to test the actuator and you have the rear hatch open, it probably won't lock. It probably won't close because the hatch is not closed. So to test it, I think you're going to have the vehicle, all the doors closed. Anyway, having said that, we'll now move over to the fuel door. Okay, this is the inner fuel door flap I was talking about. Now you could actually just take this bolt out, take this off and throw it away if you don't care about locking your fuel tank. Well, this is going to be parked at a high school, so I'd kind of like to have the fuel flap lock working. And the way it works is this attaches here with these rivets, and then when you close it, that little peg comes down when you lock the doors. So I've taken the rear two broken ones off, and to get them off, all you really have to do is take like a pair of diagonal cutters and just carefully pull the center pin out, and the whole thing will come out. So like that. And I'm going to take this one and the other one out, and then I'm going to come back and we'll put the new ones in. Okay, I have the old pins out now, and I'm ready to put the new ones in. So I can just start with perhaps this one here. And you have to get this thing in there just right. And then push it, and there you go. So I'm going to do that for all four of these. And that'll take care of this inner door being attached to the outer door. Again, you have to get it all the way in there and seated. Okay, so then the door will be ready to close after I get the last two in, and then we'll work from the inside. Okay, so I have the new piece here that I'm going to put in. This is brand new. It's made by VDO, same as the OE supplier. And I have to put this little pin on it, and it just clicks into place, and it's able to rotate into proper position on its own. You can see it goes around and around, and when it feeds through, it'll feed through in the correct orientation. So it's going to go in, I believe, like this. And when I plug in the plug, I'm going to put a little bit of Krytox grease on the connector, not on the pins, but just on the connector itself, such that I can get it loose again. So anyway, I'll get that done, and then I'm gonna install the switch, and that's all there is to this. Again, just wanted to remind you that if it gets stuck, you can get in from inside and push up on this bellows to bring it back up. Thanks for watching.